Hi everyone, this is me, Rami Deeb, and we are here today at the Arab Startup Competition. We're right now sitting at the exhibition area, and with me here is Huma Abidi. She's our keynote speaker, and we're very glad to have you here with us. Huma is the Director of Artificial Intelligence and Deep Learning at Intel, and we're very excited to have you here with us.
Well, it's my pleasure. Absolutely blown away with the energy, the excitement, and all the innovation that's happening here. So I'm very excited. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Welcome to Beirut. We're very happy to meet you with you today.
Yeah, my first time, and I'm loving it.
Oh, nice. So we're just going to keep this short and sweet, and for the audience here with us, what can you tell us about your work with Intel, what you've been doing in terms of research, AI, deep learning, and if you can give us a sneak peek about the keynote you're going to be doing today.
Sure. So you said short time, I can go on and on. But my job is to do optimization and all the workload that we have in AI and deep learning. And we have literally hundreds of customers, our key partners that my team and my colleagues at Intel work with in use cases which are related to deep learning. And that goes from health to education. So AI or deep learning, as you know, is changing the world. It has a profound impact in the world economy, and it's changing the way we work, we play, we live. And so the impact is humongous on pretty much everything. Like McKinsey report is saying that by year 2030, there'll be like $13 trillion generated by AI.
Wow.
So it's a lot of things that are happening. So specifically my job you had asked. So we work closely with, so first of all, Intel has a huge portfolio for hardware. From data center to edge to device, we have general purpose CPUs. We also have accelerators, neural network processors that we are building, right? Specifically for AI. And on the software side, we have a lot of open source work that's happening, not just Intel. Like my team works very closely with TensorFlow for Google, Amazon, MXNet, PyTorch, Caffe2 with Facebook. And so we are all building over each other's breakthroughs. And that's the good part about AI, that models are being put on GitHub, papers on archive, and nobody has to start from scratch. That's one of the key points that I'm saying, that leverage what is already out there.
Yes. It's more of a collaborative project between companies, and it's like
exactly, and not just the academic, the deep learning that's happening. It's also ease of use.
Yes.
You just have APIs and you can start using it, and that's very useful for people who are doing startup and
yes, especially for entrepreneurs who are trying to build something at an early stage and they don't necessarily have the resources as big companies.
Exactly.
I mean, given your line of work, where do you see the potential for AI for entrepreneurs specifically, besides building a prototype? I mean, whether it was analyzing huge data sets or predicting or sort of giving them any type of help that other data that might not be able to give them.
Sure. So first of all, AI is nothing new. AI has been around for, like decades. And in fact, it's very timely. Just a couple of days ago, I think on Wednesday, the Turing Award that was awarded was to the fathers of deep learning.
Oh, wow.
LeQuinn and Hinton and Bengio, they got in a Turing Award, which is equivalent to Nobel Prize of Computer Science. And this was for the work that they did 30 years ago on deep learning. So that work is now being used in applications now. Why? Because number one, data availability. There will be 50 billion devices by 2020, 200 billion sensers. So all of that is generating a lot of data. So data is available. Hardware is much cheaper now paved by Moore's law. Now what used to be 10 years ago cost like $1,000 is 3 cents now. So there's hardware, there's data, and the biggest is the algorithms, the deep neural network breakthroughs that have happened, and that have made machines perform better than humans, both in image as well as in audio or speech. And so these now machines, these algorithms are now being used in applications in pretty much every field that one can think of. And it's just exploding. The one difference is that the adoption is at a very early stages.
Yes.
So Gartner survey shows that 46% of the companies surveyed said we have a plan for AI. but only 4% have implemented it yet. And so the opportunity is huge. The other thing I would like to point out is what are the areas in deep learning that have become popular, that have been done research. So computer vision, huge applications, improvements happen. Natural language processing, recommendation engine, audio, speech to text, and reinforcement learning. These are the hot areas that have done a lot of research. And basically, my point for startup would be that whatever your niche is, whatever your area is, you can use AI leverage. Don't do a startup to just for the sake of using AI. But AI is there for you to use it in your startup.
There is no specifically AI startup or like.
There shouldn't be. That's not going to be successful. You have, even in this competition, I'm seeing that people are using it for farming to find some disease. AI is very useful for that. Then there was rationing water usage. So I'm seeing that people are already here in this conference. They are using it. So that's the most exciting part, that you can.
No, it's fine. Well, my main question is, you talked about how AI excels and how it works and like the breakthroughs in AI, but I want to ask about the limitations, about whether or not AI would be able to be more creative, more on the human, become more able to do those things.
Excellent question. So there is a lot of hype about AI, okay? So AI basically is decades, if not hundreds years away from having artificial general intelligence, which means it will have common sense like a human being. But it's already made tremendous progress, but it's very infancy stage. Basically, it's doing very specific tasks. But it's only good for that task. It's not going to, like us, it's not going to figure out that what's happening, right? So as any powerful tool, it has limitations. And some of them in the media is that bias through data. Okay, if your data it's garbage in, garbage out. If your data was biased, the output result will be biased.
Yes.
Then adversarial attacks that are happening, you are changing AI the way it's supposed to work, you're doing that. Then there's deep fake, these synthesizing videos. You can make somebody say something which you're not supposed to. So those things are bad. Okay, so there is this ethics and compliance, and a lot of research is, by the way, happening. Companies are putting in a lot of work in that to make sure there are toolkits to make sure that all of those things are being overcome. The other point I would like to make is about jobs.
Yes.
So there is definitely going to be some disruption in job. Again, another survey by McKinsey said 400 to 800 million jobs would be displaced by AI automation by 2030. However, the same report says there will be even more jobs created by AI.
Exactly.
And what would these jobs be? Some of them we don't even know. And I just read an article about this young person in a village, remote village in India, who's not even educated. He doesn't have much, high school education even. And he's employed these young kids, and they are doing data annotation, data labeling, and serving all over the world. I mean, who would have thought? These kind of jobs that are being created, and I'm just blown away by it.
It's leveling the field on all levels, basically.
Absolutely.
Huma Abidi, thank you so much for giving us this very brief interview. We are very excited to see your keynote, and we're very glad that you're in Beirut.
I am equally excited. So thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you.
Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for us for the live stream.